Coming up on Mountain News this morning, every Kentuckian is now being asked to wear a mask starting next month. And we talked with city officials in Prestonsburg about the measures they are taking to prevent the spread of COVID-19 after 3 city employees tested positive this past weekend. And COVID-19 testing here in eastern Kentucky has been expanded to locations across 4 counties, and it will be available longer than originally scheduled.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, and I am Lacey Roberts. Thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News This Morning. Yesterday turned out to be a gorgeous day weather-wise. Let's go ahead and bring in Brandon Robinson. And it turned out to be gorgeous. I stepped outside today. It is a little chilly. Of course, where I'm at, I can't see that fog. It usually shows up around the studio. So how are we looking at visibility-wise, Brandon?
No fog this morning. We are seeing a couple issues, though, with some rain. Now, I want to point a couple of things out here on Live Pinpoint Doppler radar. Anywhere around these radar sites there, Louisville, Jackson, and Charleston, to some degree, that's ground clutter. That's moisture that's not reaching the ground. Now, up here toward Louisa and Ashland and down into parts of Martin County, that is some rain this morning, so some scattered ground. Let's go on over to our temperatures and show you those this morning, and you'll see clouds where the clouds are and where the clouds are not. Down to the south, Cumberland Valley there, those low 40s, that's where the clouds are not this morning. Most of us, though, seeing some cloud cover along with those scattered showers. Temperatures in the 50s in some areas, so a big swing this morning. Keep that in mind as you get ready to head out. So kind of a normal day, a little extra in some places there this morning, especially down south. Just kind of keep that. If you're traveling early, your out the door forecast, I do think we'll see some clouds this morning and those scattered chances for rain. I do think we'll see some sunshine, though, later today, so enjoy that with milder temperatures back into the 70s. So overall, not a bad day, but some bumps in the road at times. We'll talk about the extended forecast coming up in a little bit. Lacey?
Thanks, Brandon. Deputies with the Johnson County Sheriff's Office need your help and are searching for a missing 13-year-old girl. This is Allison Honeycutt. She was last seen leaving her house in Sitka on Sunday night. She was wearing a black hoodie and a green shirt. She is 5'3" tall, 230 pounds, and has brown hair. Deputies do not know if she is alone or with someone else. If you have any information on Honeycutt, call the Sheriff's Office at 606-789-3411. And Governor Andy Beshear announced the lowest number of COVID-19 cases that we have heard a while last night. 87 new cases were reported, bringing the state's total number of confirmed cases to more than 4,100. 5 more people have lost their lives to the virus. The death toll now stands at 216, and nearly 100 of those are in long-term care facilities. And 1,521 people have recovered from the virus. That's good news. During his briefing, the governor outlined new goals for reopening parts of the state as we head into May. And one of those new guidelines for reopening the state is that all Kentuckians are going to be asked to wear masks in public starting May 11th. May 11th is also the day that the governor says that Kentucky will begin a gradual easing of restrictions that looks more like the White House's Phase 1 plan. In addition to asking Kentuckians to wear masks, they will be mandatory for businesses. We will hear more from one Kentucky doctor about the policy in our 6 o'clock hour right here on Mountain News This Morning. And on Saturday, Prestonsburg Mayor Les Stapleton announced that 3 city employees had tested positive for COVID-19, a person in administration, a firefighter, and a police officer. All 3 are in home isolation and they are not showing symptoms. Stapleton said that they had procedures in place in case that this did happen. Since City Hall houses the police and fire departments, they are all wearing masks and using separate entrances.
Simply put, it's just locking down each department. Fire department, nobody goes in the fire department, including myself, except for the fire department personnel who is on shift. That's it. No one else.
Stapleton did say that all of the firefighters are on set shifts to limit contact. So the shift the firefighter was on are now all quarantined. They will get tested later this week. And Governor Andy Beshear is pushing for more testing availability across Kentucky. And as of yesterday, Appalachian Regional Healthcare is now offering free testing to anyone in 4 different counties in eastern Kentucky. Highlands ARH in Prestonsburg is a hub site, meaning that they receive a set amount of tests each day, distributing them to testing sites in the region. Then at the end of each day, tests are returned and shipped out by UPS every evening at 7.
Instead of having 6 hospitals in our region all ship tests, you've got two hospitals shipping the test and processing the test. We wanted to streamline the operations.
Both state and health officials are encouraging Kentuckians to take advantage of the testing opportunities to help further flatten the curve of COVID-19. Testing is available Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. And Primary Care Centers of Kentucky and Hazard is having drive-through COVID testing this week. Originally, they planned to have testing only on Monday and Tuesday, but they were contacted by the governor's office and were asked to have testing all week long. Now, these tests are available to anyone, and you are required to bring an insurance card and a photo ID. We talked with a nurse practitioner yesterday about why these tests are so important.
Part of the reason that we're opening up the testing is to see how broad that it could be in an area. There may be people that are asymptomatic, and so the way to help decrease the spread of the COVID-19 is if we find someone that is asymptomatic, we can trace those and hopefully prevent that from spreading to someone who may have more severe symptoms.
Now, it is important to know that you are not billed for your COVID-19 test. Your insurance is only needed for the lab portion of that test. And Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky testing, like I mentioned, will be from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at that Hazard office. Staff can test up to 150 people per day, and they are also working to bring antibody testing to our area, but the test still requires FDA approval. The antibody test will provide the same-day results in 15 minutes. And staying in Perry County, the Hazard Police Department says a boat belonging to a Kentucky state senator was vandalized. They say this boat belongs to Senator Brandon Smith, who uses it at his annual sailing school every summer. They believe someone cut the inflatable parts of the boat with a sharp object. It happened sometime between March 1st and March 25th. Anyone with information related to the incident is asked to call the Hazard Police Department at 606-436-2222. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, we take a look at how COVID-19 impacting the country is on a national scale, and we look close in on 1 million confirmed cases.
Next couple of days feature some back and forth chances with rain. Better chances tomorrow. I'll track them out for you in about 3 minutes.